So here's the 450 class from Spring Creek. First of all, a beautiful place to come watch a race or to participate in the race. Look at the massive crowd in that campground.
That was so cool. Like when we were coming in this morning, the kids are like, holy cow, Dad, look at all these people camping. This is what Pro Motocross is all about.
And they're all here to see this guy who is on the march toward a perfect season, or as his camp would say, just trying to win the title right now.
But that's what they say.
I mean, I don't doubt it, but when someone gets close, we start getting tense, and that's what happened in this first moto. Jett a pretty good start. It was going to be Adam Cianciarulo, though, holding it through the inside to get the motorsport.com whole shot.
Well, this was one for the books. Yeah, great job by Adam Cianciarulo. He was able to sneak up the inside there. That was a savvy move by the veteran.
And Lawrence goes to work on AC. He's on the outside, but it works for the lead.
Yeah, he does, and I said it a couple times. Adam could have closed the door on Jett there, but really veteran riding and racecraft by Adam Cianciarulo. No reason to really do that. He knew that Jett was eventually going to get him.
Chase Sexton on lap 1 goes down.
Telling you right now, that could have been a lot worse. He got away with one on that one. Had that front tire dug in a little bit more, it would have high-sided him so bad.
And then he comes back through. Holds off Ferrandis, gets around Jerry Robin, now Aaron Plessinger, and just kept going after Cianciarulo for second.
And I thought he was going to dethrone Jett's perfect season right here in this moto. I mean, just a phenomenal ride to come back from behind and pass these guys. Not easy to do.
And then this three-way battle for third. Jason Anderson around Plessinger and then around Cianciarulo. So Anderson flying.
Yeah, Anderson, great to see him back. And this is a great rebound by Jason Anderson and that Monster Energy Kawasaki.
So Sexton got to Lawrence. They slugged it out for a while. Last lap, gaps right where you see right now, and then he goes down.
Yeah, you hated to see that. I mean, but hey, never say die attitude. What happened right there is the back end kicked up just a little bit, and because that happened, he missed that outside rut, and the front end wasn't planted. Down he goes.
And that allows Lawrence to roll to a what looks like uncontested moto win, but it was pretty close, 3/4 of the way in between he and Sexton. So that set up great anticipation for moto number 2 between the teammates, and this time Sexton's going to get the early lead.
Yeah, great start by Chase Sexton, and we are just right here being like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And you can see Jett Lawrence going for it, wanting to get that clean air, but it's going to be really hard for him to do that against a guy that is as savvy and as good and as talented as Chase Sexton.
So Sexton's in the lead here, but a quick mistake.
Right there, comes out of the corner. It's a hard-packed sand corner, if you can believe that. Grabs a handful of throttle, loses the rear end, and just lays it out there for Jett Lawrence on a silver platter.
Big crash here on lap 1 in the sand.
Oh, massive, massive crash. Miller goes down and then collects Jason Anderson with him. Feel bad for Anderson. There was nowhere for Jason to go. Hate to see that, especially after that great first moto run.
Yep, and he was shaken up. Doesn't appear to be seriously injured, but did not finish the race. So that was unfortunate for the rider who was on the podium in Moto 1, and then a crash from Sexton while right behind Lawrence.
Yeah, going for it. You got to respect the effort, certainly, but we've seen this so many times in Supercross. He fell 3 times today. If you want to dethrone and end that perfect season for Jett Lawrence, you're not going to do it on the ground. So he's going to have to figure that out.
Cianciarulo was second. Sexton got back around him. Then while running third, Dylan Ferrandis put on a charge. Ferrandis was not really too pumped on his riding today, but it was still good enough to get on the podium.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great ride. He's discouraged getting beat by this guy, but he isn't the only one getting beat by this guy on a weekly basis.
Yeah, everybody is, because he is still perfect. Another 1-1 sweep for Jett Lawrence. Impressive, as always. And then gets the big congratulations from the fans. Up on the podium after a great day of racing with Ferrandis and Sexton. Third and second when you look at the overall. That's the amount of championship points they scored in the 2 motos today. Plessinger just missed. Cianciarulo, Masterpool, Marchbanks, Harlan, Noren, and Anderson are your top 10. Geico Motorcycle will show you the 450 standings. It's 81 points to the good for Lawrence now. Ferrandis is second in the standings. Close between he and Plessinger on the track and in the standings. Sexton up to 5th in the points despite missing 3 early rounds. And Masterpool's had a really strong season. He's 6th as a privateer. Send it back down to Jason Thomas.
Well, I'm standing right in front of Chase Sexton's area at Honda HRC, and for Chase, really frustrating day. He was emotional, not crying, but really angry about his second moto, and he crashed, and I really felt like he thought he could beat Jett today, and that's what's most important. So if I was giving Chase advice, it's just be calm. Understand that you're taking steps in the right direction, and it's not going to all happen at once, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, but you are so close to getting back to that 2022 form, and that's all you've wanted. That's all you've been looking for, and you're right there. Now you need to clean up a few mistakes, go back and continue working on what you've been working on. But even Jett gave you credit and said, hey, he thought it was going to be Chase's day today. So going into Washougal, it's another opportunity. It's not necessarily a racetrack that Jett has been phenomenal on, and he knows it. So it might be the day that Chase gets it done.
Show you the SMX point standings, then we'll break down this 450 class. Plessinger up to now second when you combine the Supercross and Motocross points together. Cooper Webb, not racing Motocross for the rest of this year, has dropped back to third. And Lawrence is fifth in combined points despite not having raced a 450 in Supercross. If it ends like this, Sexton will enter the playoffs as the top-seeded rider. He would have 25 points when the playoffs begin. Plessinger, if he were to finish second in combined points, would start the playoffs with 22 points.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.